Okay. Assalamualaikum and a very good day. So for today, our group we will discuss and present about a career talk of TMB from one of our previous alumni, Mr. Hilmi. So firstly, we will introduce ourselves first. So my name is Daniel Syafiq bin Muhammad RODZMAN.
My name is Malcolm Liming Franklin.
My name is Lee Ken.
And my name is GOKULAN.
And lastly, my name is HANIS binti Muhammad AZMI.
Okay, without further ado, I will start the introduction. So, first thing that come in mind about TMB is work career or the workflow. So, for this, TMB has a core division, or should I say core businesses. So, next slide. Okay, this division is divided by four types of division. So the first division is transmission division. So what is transmission division? So transmission division is to provide safety, reliable, economical operate of the grid system. So second is the distribution division or distribution network. So distribution division is to conduct of two value chains businesses activities on behalf TMB. One of them is TMB REMACO or REMACO is mainly involved in the energy industry. It's provide repair and maintenance service for power plants equipment. So the third is generation division. So the generation division is to develop, operate and maintain the TMB generation. And lastly, finally is we have retails. So what we know about retails in TMB, it is operate a network of state and on a area office to purchase electricity from embedded generator. They marketing by selling electricity, connects new supply, provide counter service, collect revenues, operate cost management center, provide supply restoration service, and also cultivate strong customer and with the relationship with the government itself. So that is the four types of core TMB. So my friend will present the next slide about job opportunities. So Lee.
Okay, thank you, Danny. Now let's move on to the next part. I'm going to continue this presentation with job opportunity. Job opportunity in TNB has been separated into two main categories, which is technical and non-technical. First, I will explain the technical position first. As shown in the slide, the technical position has branched out into two categories. On the left side is the generation, grid, distribution, network part, and on the right side is TMB ICT. For the generation and distribution network division part, have three main positions, which are civil engineer, mechanical engineer, and lastly, electrical engineer. The job scope of civil engineer in TMB is setting up transmission line and place for distribution network. TMB needs civil engineer as to find the best place to set up transmission tower, for example, so that electricity can be provided to the citizen and not affecting their normal life. Next, move on to mechanical engineer. Its job scope, for example, is to build a generator and all kinds of machine so that the process of producing energy and transmit electricity can be done smoothly. Next, for electrical engineer, and as TMB is an electrical power transmission company, therefore its job scope is also easy to get it, which is calculate the ratio of transmission, the watt, current, resistance, and many other more so that the transmission line is not overloaded. Next, move on to the next slide, please. Sorry. For TMB ICT, which is have software engineer, data scientist, and telecommunication. I will just choose software engineer as an example, as we need to give time for others. Software engineer scope is mainly research, design, and write a new software program and computer operation system. Move on to the next slide, please. In the non-technical part, they are positioned like HR, finance, procurement, and corporation commun division. The example of non-technical parts is like administrator, accountants, HR manager, cooperation executive, and other more. It's quite simple to understand the job scope in non-technical part, so I will not explain too much here. Most of the part is like HR, financing parts are mostly same for all company. The main job is to solve the problem inside and outside of the company, and mainly more to communication within workers and customer clients, and salary payment, for example. Okay, I will pass the presentation to our next member. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Lee. Okay, for the working value at TMB, we have six working value, which are integrity, forward thinking, collaborative, mindfulness, professionalism, and customer centricity. Okay, firstly, for integrity is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principle. Okay, second, for forward thinking is thinking about and planning for the futures. Okay, third, collaborative. Collaborative and effort in which people working together as a team. Okay, fourth, mindfulness is the basic human ability to be fully present, aware of where we are and what we are doing, and not overly reactive and overwhelmed by what's going on around us. Okay, fifth, professionalism is the skill, good judgment, and polite behavior that is expected from a person who is trying to do a job well. Okay, lastly, for customer centricity, is the ability of people in an organization to understand customer situation, perception, and expectation. Okay, next I will give for the next member.
So, moving on to the next slide is about career progression. So, I'll be sharing about the career progression. So, this is basically what the TNB officer shared with us the other day. So, on the bottom of the ladder, we have the executors, which are the technician, clerks, and jointer. On the step above, we have the senior executors and managers, which they are engineer and senior engineers. Next up, we have the principal engineer and chief engineer. And on top of that, we have the head of unit. So they are the ones who coordinates the respective units. They are the general managers. And finally, on top of the corporate ladder, we have the policy makers, which are the CEO, Chief Executive Officer, CDNO, Chief Distribution Network Officer, COO, and etc. Next slide. So moving on, the TNB officer also shared with us of how the organizational structure flow within the distribution network division specifically. He gave us a thorough example. So as you can see, there are three tiers that is shown on the slide. So the example was basically if I were to be a chief engineer of SEAL. SEAL stands for Special Engagement Against Losses. So if my team encounters an issue or problem, I will report it to the head of SBU Metering, Strategic Business Unit, the leader of Strategic Business Unit. And then finally, he will report back to the Chief Distribution Network Officer. So that is all for me. I will pass this baton to my next teammate. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, my friend Malcolm. So, as our previous alumni stated, there are some risks we need to face to when we are working in TNB. So here we go with the first risk first is working with unseen thing, which is electricity. In this career, we will face high voltage of current and we need to be safe all the time when work with electricity. Make sure that our hand is free from getting wet and wearing electrician glove is must when working on electricity. Secondly, the second risk is confront with customer who are aggressive. There are too much typical customer we need to handle in phone calls or face to face when working as a customer service at TNB. We need to be mentally strong and stable so that we can control our emotions. So the third risk is exposed to danger such as wild dogs, electrolyte, electrocut wire, and etc. This is where the electrician will face during taking the reading of meter house by house or working on the heights of repair the electric cables around housing areas. They need to be extra brave to handle this. And the fourth risk is previous alumni had worked at a distributor department and he get rid of electricity theft syndicate. Can we need to have litigation operation time to time to reduce the number of cases? So next. Okay. There are some benefits on this TNB company, and one of the benefits are TNB Medical. TNB offer benefit of medical for staffs and provide medical card for the staffs, so they can prevent their staffs from getting injuries and facing the problems during the working. That's all from me.
So thank you from my four friends that uh, that present about those topics. So in conclusion, for first thing is first we have to make a plan for our days. So for this one, we want to be like, what I'm saying is like to be interesting with something that is not happening yet. So you must have a plan, or if your plan fails, that please do develop your skills. Okay. Second is to try to develop skills as many as you can, such as soft skills like communication, because just like I said, communication is very important if you want to interview a job, and also if you have the advantage that some of um, some of people that doesn't have the advantage, such as we as a student, engineer, we 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 have studied in the high level, so we can have the certificate, professional certificate, to work at that uh, company lah. So the third is to be creative and also flexible. So if you have this kind of creativity, so you can have the amount of opportunity, you can have a job that you want to pursue, and also you can adapt and improve more, just like that. So just try, adapt, improvise, and also repeat. So that's all from us, so thank you.